Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Welcome to the Bish, Bash, Bosh podcast. This is episode 11 of this fantastic series. I am the host.
Crazy shit. Oh my god. Yep. Go ahead.
No. You was in the wrong.
Do your intro.
Okay, sorry. Okay. I used to be the host with the most, and now will be the host with the most again. Is Retro Wolf Live, aka Malk, and on my left-hand side on the screen is the lovely trans gamer girl. How you doing?
Hi, I'm doing good. All the love to everybody. Love you guys. Thank you guys for being here. Y'all are amazing. Everybody who's here, at least. There is a slight echo in my ears, which is weird. Is it on your end?
A slight echo should be stopped now.
Is it stopped? No more echo. Echo's gone. Yay! Awesome.
That was some technical faults from my end, which I should have checked.
Happens.
So it always happens.
So before we go too crazy, I want to before we get too crazy in this, I do have a couple things that I want to say.
Okay.
Because I had some people who gave me follows. And I want to shout those people out because they are amazing for being, popping into my channel and saying, hey, who's this chick? Let's go do this. And that would be, so Pollen Puffs had given me hydrates 5 days ago, which was awesome. Pollen Puffs also followed me. Dash Dev followed me. Zala followed me. Zala Blossom. Leroy Boys followed me 5 days ago. Thorn Crystal resubscribed 5 days ago. Also, 3 days ago, The Saint followed me. Thank you so much for that follow. And 10 hours ago, Wow Amaze followed me. Thank you guys. All the love to you guys. Thank you for all that love, all that support. I appreciate it. And so now I'm good. And I'm Trans Gamer Girl, by the way. So
that was the best. That was the best introduction I have ever heard since I've done this podcast from the start. While you've done that, I might as well do mine as well. But I only got a few, to be fair. So,
yes.
Rose Lika, if that's how you pronounce it, thank you for the follow. Thank you to, if you missed out on Thursday night, we did the GTA racing with Shiny Cat as well. So it should be a classic. And also, because we're building up to that GTA moment as well, this person who I will give all my time. She's absolutely amazing. She's one of the bestest mates that I've ever met, of Shani XB. I call her Jess Ramsey. We'll give you more info about how it all started with that Jess Ramsey moment, but let's not wait any longer. Here we go. Can I introduce you to the legendary, and I will say that super Midlands massive legendary of PurpleBot 101. How you doing, Jess?
Hi.
How you doing?
How are you today?
I'm good. You guys?
Yes, not too bad.
I had some drinks last night, so I'm on that hydrate today. So everybody who's in that chat, if you want to hit me with hydrates, I'm actually using hydration drinks. So there you go.
I will say this now. Whenever there's a hydrate at either mine or at Trance's, we will do it for every single one. So it's
all of us.
So I'm taking over from Trance. I'll be carrying on with the drinking.
Well, I don't have a hydrate yet. That was my own personal hydrate.
No, but I've started the free hydrate.
I made myself hydrate.
I've made myself hydrate as well. So, Jess, are you nervous tonight with the podcast at all?
No, I'm just stressed out trying to get this bloody laptop to work, but I'm fine now. It's all working.
Oh, cool. Hey, GG, thank you for the hydrate. Chloe, hello.
Hi, Chloe. Hydrate.
Hydrate.
Let's go.
I'm probably getting drunk at the end of this podcast.
He probably will be. I won't be. I was drunk last night. He won't. He will probably be drunk.
Yeah.
I'm expecting this.
So, have you watched much of the podcast, Jess? Or this is the first time you've ever done a podcast completely?
First time I've ever done a podcast completely. I have tried to catch your guys, but it just clashes with COD.
Yeah, that's cool.
Fair. That's fair. That's a completely respectable answer. Okay.
So yeah. Or a bingo, one or the other. It's COD or bingo. So
Or bingo. Nice.
I want everyone to hear all the bingo to kick in as well. So
hi, Chloe. Nice to meet you. Trance over here. Good to see you. Thank you for popping into Malk's chat. And Gigi, I see you there. You have 3.5 worth of hydrates. Let's go. Let's do it. Because Trance needs to rehydrate because she got a little wasted last night. So let's go for it.
You saying I've passing the mantle like from you to me now. I know your
turn.
It's my turn now. Chloe says I love bingo. So she loves bingo as well. So
who doesn't?
I know, right? Bingo is one of those games that I think everybody loves.
Absolutely. So
I don't care who you are.
Nah, absolutely not. So here we go. Without any further ado, this is what we do with the podcast. Now you probably think, how does it all work? Well, if you haven't watched it, catch up. It's on Spotify as well, up to episode 6. I need to upload the rest of the other episodes later on this month.
And on our channels, up to episode 10, which was last week's. So
yes, that's what I'm trying to aim for. And this week as well. So there we go. So how it all does with the podcast itself. So you know what I mean. Don't you?
We'll get started. It's all good.
It's kicking in. There's 4
Rewind
segments. Yeah. So there we go. Segment 1 is the PC console news, which will talk about the latest news of what's been happening during the week up to the 21st of August 2021 as well. And then also there will be hopefully that all those discussions should be leading up to the main one, which should be the main discussion of the main topic itself. And then we got the segment 3, which the lovely trans gamer girl will be doing the questions and asking the questions to the legendary, and I'll say this, aka Jess Ramsey, PurpleBot 101 as well.
That's me. I'm trans gamer girl. Yeah.
I did not expect that. I did not expect that answer at all.
Love you, Jess.
Yeah.
I'm PurpleBot. So
yeah.
She's PurpleBot. I'm trans.
I know.
We're good. This is now clear.
Yeah,
for everybody who's watching.
I'm glad everything's all clear, to be fair. So, and then we got the Ask Us Anything. So you could ask either me, trans on my left, or PurpleBot on the bottom on the screen, or on the audio. Just listen to us out as well either on the Spotify or any of the other social medias of Apple Podcasts as well. So they're all on there. So check it out, guys. Please check it out. So here we go. We won't wait any longer. We're going to go straight in to the first segment. Is the lovely PC console news. So this is going to be talking about the latest news, what's been building up. I have seen your hydrates, GG. There you go. I'm going to kick in.
How many we got? How many? 1?
Yeah, just the one at the minute.
Just the one. Okay, here's the one.
Chloe, thank you. It's this lovely introduction. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
I feel privileged. I'm getting blushed now.
Special.
Getting blushed
you worked
now.
hard on those introductions.
I do. I try my hardest. To be fair, if I don't, I'll just retire. To be fair,
you're gonna retire from introductions.
Yeah, I'm retiring from introductions as well.
Okay.
Just a tad. To be fair, so let me just get the document ready. I should have got it ready.
You should have already had this ready, Malk. You should know by now. We're 11 weeks into the show, dude. You should know by now.
Yeah, I know. Don't hurt me, please.
I'm just slacking, Malk.
I know I'm slacking. I know. I'm a
He's
bloke.
slacking so hard.
I'm a bloke. You should know this. Here we go. So coming up to week of August 2021. We're going to talk about the Call of Duty Vanguard, which is a post-World War II game about hunting down Hitler's successor. And that's been sourced by the PC Gamer side. So check it out, guys, as well. And it's set in World War II. I'm not surprised that we're going to go back to World War II again, because I feel like that's the best mode, I think, personally. Returning for the 7th time. I can't believe we've gone back there 7 times. It's just mad, to be fair. And then, and also, what was it now? The developer Sledgehammer Sledgehammer Games has not led development since COD World War II in 2017 and is setting most of the campaign after the official end of the war. Allies learned of a plan called Project Phoenix to facilitate Hitler's successor. The main villain is fictional, Heinrich Freisinger, if that's how you pronounce it, Freisinger.
Fry, I think it's Fry.
Freisinger, based on real Gestapo, if that's how you pronounce it, operative Heinrich Müller. Vanguard's hook lies in this being a new concept at the end of World War II. So, before we carry on more about that, are you guys looking forward to the World War II game of Vanguard as well?
Yes.
What about you guys as well?
I am, very much so. I have gotten, it's been a while since I've been into COD. Warzone has kind of reignited my excitement about COD and stuff. So it's kind of cool. I'm glad that they're going back to World War II. I know it's a really popular setting. And I mean, it's cool. It looks like they're going to have a really cool hook for this story. And I'm excited about it. It looks like it's great. I've already talked to some other people who are super stoked about it. Like I have friends that are in the GTA RP with me and they were talking about how awesome it looks. And yeah, so it's going to be, it's getting hyped. That's for sure. It's definitely getting a hype for sure. Hi, Awkward Aries. All the love to you, darling. Thank you for being here this week. I see you in Mouch chat. I see you, girl. I see you.
I got the hydro kicking in again.
How many?
Another one. I think there was just one. I have stopped it because it would have gone haywire with the hydrates. That's why I've put some timers on as well. Because I know you guys.
It's okay, guys. It's okay. There's no limitations on my hydrates.
You what? Do not go to Trans's channel at all because I'll be gone.
There's no limitations on my hydrates, guys. None.
Yeah. So, but yeah, thank you. Thank you to everyone that's joined the stream so far. But guys, funny enough, Jess is a massive Call of Duty fan.
She is.
And what's your thoughts of the game itself, like from your perspective, coming up soon? Do you feel like they're doing well to get back into the new, like the old era again, or do you prefer something different this time?
Hydrate my chat.
I like the rebirth mode that's on at the minute, like the new little map. I like that more at the moment because in like the actual Warzone itself, there's just too many cheaters and hackers. And it's just so frustrating. So at the moment, I don't play that. So I'm hoping when they sort that out, because apparently they're getting an anti-cheat. Apparently.
In speech marks.
Yes, apparently, we say, because they've been getting an anti-cheat for quite some time and it's not really worked. They threw a ban hammer down and banned like 80,000 accounts, but didn't really do anything. The hacks got better. So hopefully, as long as they sort the hacking out, I'm hopeful that it will be good, because until they sort the hacking out, so many people have left, like playing Warzone at the moment, and a lot of people have gone over to Apex instead.
Yes. Yeah.
So hopefully, as long as they sort that out, get the anti-cheating, it could be really bloody good.
Yeah, I mean, I do agree. I think. Just reading some of the comments as well. We'll get to you in a minute, guys. I promise you that. But regarding like the rebirth, I haven't played the rebirth. I can't comment on that. But I do love like the old COD series, and I always have been. And I've recently bought like the Cold War as well, because I've heard rumors about the Warzone being hackers galore, shall we say?
Yeah.
And it's not. It's
pretty rampant.
Yeah, and it takes. Yeah, I can understand people trying to ruin it for everyone's fun, shall we say, but it's really annoying from everyone's perspective, because they, especially like when you grind like 50 hours or 100 hours of COD, and then you found out that someone's just hacked it just to get like the loads of the guns or the loads of the If you remember back in the old Modern Warfare series, not the original Modern Warfare series. Yeah. I remember you have to go through all 52 ranks. When you get to the last one, you have to go all the way back down to one, but you'll get like 10 levels of it. So there's
you prestige.
Prestige, that's the one I was after.
Yeah.
But it's
so okay. Quick things before we go much further. You got a whole bunch of stuff in your chat. We'll get to that in a minute. I do want to say hi to Luke. Thank you for being here. Aries said, "Hope you're having an amazing day." I am having an amazing day. I hope you're having an amazing day, Aries. All the love to you, darling. Luke says Vanguard had the most boring reveal trailer. I have not seen the reveal trailer. There is a link where, in the thing we're going to talk about, it's on YouTube. You can watch it if you want. And Awkward Aries is now showing the love with a lurk. Thank you for your support, Awkward. Love you to death, girl.
Absolutely, thank you. And I'm just going to get back there quickly. I've done the hydrate, I've done the stretch from your GG. Chloe says, same. I prefer Rebirth for the very same reasons. Hi, Shani, how you doing? Love you, girl. How you doing? Chloe says, I watched a hack shooting through brick walls, 18 kills, and they won. It was crazy. I know.
What? Oh my god.
That's what I've heard. Aries says, I hate Warzone so much, full of hackers and toxic people. Definitely toxic people, Chloe says, especially being a woman as well. This is what I was saying before. I feel bad, for, especially for all the women as well, because they just want to play COD. They just want to have fun. They just want to enjoy playing games. They don't want to get bastard toxic people.
You just got to take everything they say with a pinch of salt, because at the end of the day, if you turn out to be better than that bloke, and it's like, they're going to have their ego battered a little bit, aren't they? Because if a girl's just out-killed them, outranked them, they do get very salty. So you just got to learn to either bite your tongue or snap back or kill them with kindness. It's the only way to do it. Even ignoring them, it just eggs them on even more, especially when they're on your own team. That is the most frustrating part, is when you're getting hounded and they're supposed to be on your team. And it's some men are just stupid.
Yeah, I
some are.
Some. I'm just a nice guy.
I'm just saying that some men are stupid. Well, most of them, but some are just even more stupid than the others.
I do agree, and it's just not. That's just what I was saying with the other episode back in. If you remember, translate the equality as well, because it's not fair. Like you guys want to have fun, don't you? You just want to have a good time.
Yeah, we want to have fun.
But to be fair, all the people I game with are guys.
Yeah,
I don't game with any girls on there really, because I don't find any that kind of click. They're either really quiet or they're just
mouthy,
knobheads. Just knobheads. Just they're either really quiet and you can't play a game without communication, or they're just complete knobheads that act like they're great but they're really not, and then they get really annoying. So I'd rather game with guys than girls when it comes to COD.
Yeah, absolutely. I was going to say, thank you for the lurk, Aries. Absolute ledge. GG says, I've never played COD, but my friends do, and they get so angry over how many hackers there are. I have zero interest in being part in that negativity. Lol.
Yeah, and then negativity gets heavy. It really does.
Absolutely. And then GG tops it off with saying, stinky, sweaty boys as well.
Pretty much. Yeah. I got Debella just joined me in my chat. Thank you so much for being here, darling. All the love to you, darling. She says, LMAO, the COD Vanguard reveal was cheeks. So you guys haven't seen it. I haven't. I want to watch it. Just haven't watched it yet. But absolutely. I want to watch it.
I to be fair, I haven't watched it, but I've heard rumours about it and building up to it, and how it comes up from the Cold War series and then coming into this. I thought this was going to be... obviously, this is going to be banning out with Battlefield. And I can't see unless Vanguard improves the system, I can't see it beating Battlefield this year coming, because it looks absolutely... I will be honest, I have looked at the trailer for Battlefield, and it's absolutely amazing how they've done it. And I don't know if you knew about it from the trailer. There was when a guy comes out of the plane and shoots with a rocket launcher to shoot another plane. Do you remember that part of the scene? Can you remember?
I do not remember that. I did watch the Battlefield trailer though.
Oh, okay. So there was a part where they come out of the airplane, like the jet, and then they were shooting. They had a rocket launcher, shot another jet, then got himself back into the plane, into the other jet, and it was epic.
That sounds so cool.
Funny enough, that was caught by someone else who actually did that back in the old Battlefield series as well.
What?
There was a clip.
Crazy.
There was a guy that was a clip that was absolutely like gobsmacked moments as well. And when he saw that he did the exact same moments, he was gone. He was gone like, "Yes, I am famous" for like 10 seconds, and then come
10
back.
whole seconds.
Yeah, 10 whole seconds.
He had his 10 seconds of fame.
That was the absolute manic stuff.
Luke adds, the Warzone hacker situation caused a lot of new traffic to Apex Legends. We were just talking about that, Luke. You're right. And Battlefield is going to outclass COD this gen.
Yes.
And Bella just went all caps and yelled at me saying, Trance, how are you going to do a podcast about gaming and not watch the most anticipated launch trailers? I have seen the Battlefield launch trailer. I did. I saw it when we did the E3 show. I did. I just have not seen this one. I'm getting ready to go back to school, so things have been a little bit hectic for me. And I've been spending a lot of time on GTA RP, so that's where most of my life is being wasted right now. Just saying.
Chloe says, I'm going to be looking guys and gals as I'm going to eat dinner. My first time joining, I must say I'm loving the podcast. No worries.
Awesome.
Thank you for the lurk.
Just keep us running while you eat dinner. We'll keep you laughing. Hopefully you won't choke. We don't want you to choke.
Yeah, absolutely.
That wouldn't be fun.
Oh no, absolutely. Don't do that. You got the as I'm keeping up with the news itself, I can't believe we've done it within 20 minutes itself of the first part of the news. So basically, as I say, Vanguard's hook lies in this being a new concept at the end of World War II. To deal with this whole successive problem, the Allies deploy a squad of 4 specialists from 4 countries, and Arthur Kingsley from Great Britain, Polina Petrova of the Soviet Union, Wade Jackson from the US of A, and then you got Lucas Riggs from Australia.
That is a direct quote from the article, by the way. That's why, Malk, that's why it's written that way. It's a direct quote from the article. That's what the article. I couldn't find out how best to describe it, so I was like, hey, we're just gonna take this from the article. So just so you guys know, that came directly from the article is what they were talking about.
Trans, this is why I love you for saying that, because knowing me, I'll be like, where does that come from? A mission comes along early in the campaign. Trailer is available to watch on the famous YouTube.
On the YT.
Can you do that? Can you do the Y and then there's the T?
Actually, that's a V, but I was getting my hand up so it looked like a Y. It's a Y, kind of a Y. I don't know.
Don't swear at me.
It was weird.
Don't swear at me. She's swearing, guys. Did you see that on the stream? She's trying to swear. She's trying to swear at me with the Y.
I did not. No. Oh my god. Oh my god! I'm gonna bind my fingers so it looks like a Y. I don't know. That looks like bunny ears, actually.
just don't do the bunny ears. It'd be like, oh, there we go. So, but yeah, I mean, have you seen much on the new Vanguard stuff, Jess? From your point of view, like from your perspective, or are you just going to see how it goes and wait for some more info coming out soon?
Just waiting at the moment. Still,
okay.
Don't know. I'm not ready to go out all out excited on it because we got all out excited for the last, the main event.
Yeah.
Get down. Sorry, one sec. Stop it.
I'm not saying one word. Whatever happens at all.
I think it's a puppy or a fuzzy baby bomb.
No, it is the puppy, and he's trying to eat chocolate that the toddler left lying around.
No, don't eat chocolate. No, puppy.
But no, I'm not getting too hyped up about it yet because it could be a complete letdown. Like when they had the big event for the missiles and stuff between blowing up Verdansk. That was the biggest letdown. Like my friend sat in a queue for an hour and I didn't watch it without him, like the event. So I had to wait for over an hour for him to get into the game. And it was like the biggest waste of time ever. So if it is very anticlimactic like that, I will just tell COD to go and piss off and delete my games because I'm not dealing with any more crap like that because it was awful.
COD, you better bring it this time, or else Jess is gonna go full Ramsey on your ass.
They need to go hard or go home. That's it.
That's right. Bring your A game this time.
If not, you are rejected, ladies and gentlemen.
Yep, I will just stick to GTA and Overcooked. I'm fine with that.
That's
Yep.
We'll come to why we keep saying Jess Ramsey or the Ramsey moments.
We'll get there.
We'll get there, building up to it, but we just hope we don't actually get activated during the stream itself or the podcast itself. So, well, hope not. Not to me, anyway. To be fair, so
It's usually you though.
Yeah, to be fair. Thank you for the lurk, GG. Thank you so much for the lurk.
Luke says, COD has nothing but L's lately. I understand. I get what you're saying. Yeah, there's a lot of problems with COD lately. I agree with you. It's pushing people away. It really is.
Absolutely.
I am still playing it though.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's all good.
That's all good.
It's all good. The next news article after 28 minutes of the stream, 26 minutes of the stream so far, is this is the part where I am absolutely looking forward to, and I saw some clips from it, and I'm absolutely excited. Rockstar, I'll say that again, Rockstar is reportedly remastering its PS2 era Grand Theft Auto Trilogy.
Yes!
Yes.
Goya called me out on this last week. He called me out on this. He's like, I can't believe you don't have anything about the trilogy release. And I said, okay, we'll see. I'll look into it. And so I was like, I'm gonna put this on this week because Goya called me out on it last week. So I'm putting this in here now. So but yeah, so hopefully Goya will be joining us and he'll hear that we're talking about the Rockstar trilogy. But I am excited with you as well. This was a great time in GTA. So go ahead, Mel.
I was privileged, and then Trans was like, yes.
I thought Goya did. Oh, you did, Luke? I'm sorry. It was Luke. I was wrong. I'm sorry, Luke. I thought Goya had said it.
Oh,
Goya calls me out on news. He does usually.
You're in trouble now, Trans. You're in trouble now.
I'm sorry, Luke. Please forgive me. All the hearts to you. Please forgive me.
Luke's like, how could you do this to me? Why did you do this to me? Rockstar is reportedly remastering its PS2 era on the Grand Theft Auto trilogy. That article was coming from the Verge, reference from Kotaku, if that's how you pronounce it.
Yeah.
So Dundee Studio is working on remastered versions of the three classic eras of the Grand Theft Auto series: Grand Theft Auto 3, Grand Theft Auto Vice City, and Grand Theft Auto San Andreas as well. Yes. This PS2 era trilogy defined a generation of open world games. Absolutely, you got that right.
It did. So right.
And were three of the biggest games of the console, and it was.
Yeah, they were.
Tentative release date is late October, early November. That's where the hype is going to go massive in the next few months as well. But I hope they don't mess it up and just keep what the format was originally. That's what I'm hoping for. Anyway, so could eventually be released on all platforms, including Google Stadia as well. Current plan is said to be a simultaneous digital release for the three titles across most platforms of this year, with PC and mobile following in 2022. Mm-hmm. Daniel,
imagine playing GTA on your mobile phone. That's crazy.
You don't have to answer it twice. Ask it twice. Shall we say? That's just insane stuff. To be fair,
that's crazy. Yeah.
And to be fair, I'm speechless. I really am speechless. Remaster is done in Unreal Engine. This is why I absolutely love it, because you probably think, what is Unreal Engine, guys? Unreal Engine is from Epic Games. You can download it by yourself, and you can create your own world. You can create your own features. You can do whatever you want. I feel like I'm doing the promotion episode again because of the Unreal Engine.
We're promoting the shit.
Yeah, one source says they look like heavily modded versions of the game, and it does. I've seen the trailer for it, and the amount of detail that they've done, I am gobsmacked, because I absolutely loved how they've done it. But again, I don't know if it was someone did like a clip from someone's modded game and looked like it. If it wasn't, and it was the real deal,
mm-hmm.
I would just. It would be like, show me your money, man. Give me your money, man.
Take my money. Take my money now. Just take it. Just take it.
And then you got the gameplay will be true to the originals. UI will still be classic, which will be good. If this trilogy release goes well, there is a rumor that Dundee will also be releasing a remaster of the original Red Dead Redemption.
Yes, and on that note, we have some comments in the chat from Maya while we're talking about this. Luke, before, on the end of the COD stuff, says hackers, Cold War multiplayer is ass. No real excitement for Vanguard. Things rough. I guess releasing a game every year is biting them in the ass, possibly. And then he yelled at me about messing up me and him and Goya. Bella says, I wonder if the original Red Dead will be next. And that was what I was like, you just give it a minute, Bella. Just give it a minute. We'll get there. Luke says, Teddy would totally fanboy on this segment. And I popped all my socials, and Bella goes 25 FPS on the phone. Yes. So yes, that's all the most of my chat. So yeah, the rumor is that if this goes well, they will be re-releasing RDR as a remaster as well. From what this article has said on The Verge. So
that's
definitely.
It definitely. I am. You can tell by the face if you're watching it on the stream. If you're not from audio, tough. To be fair, basically, it was just absolutely.
Audio can hear you. Audio can hear your happiness.
Yeah, I am excited. I'm excited because Vice City for me and Grand Theft Auto 3 and San Andreas, well, all of them. But Vice City, I got into more than the other two.
Me too. That was my real dip into GTA was Vice City, and I just I fell in love with it. And I knew so many of the quips. I knew the city back and forth. I drove around like a maniac. It was great. Like GTA, the opening for me to GTA was Vice City, and I was all about it.
Absolutely, and it was absolutely insane. The reason why I love about Vice City more was because I could do a mod for the PC version, and you could download the Back to the Future version of it.
Oh, that's cool.
So they did, someone who did it, I can't remember who, but they did a little story mode, and it built up to get the train, the Jules Verne train, and you could push the Jules Verne train as well as the DeLorean at the same time, and it was just like memories just kicking in as a young child.
Nostalgia, man. Nostalgia. What about you, Jess? Did you play the GTA 3, Vice City, or San Andreas when it was out?
No. I didn't really get into gaming until I was pregnant with my first son, and that was purely because I couldn't get out of the house. So it was kind of the only thing I could do. And then it was just, I very much played zombies and things because I couldn't drive cars. I couldn't shoot people. So I just shot zombies because they couldn't shoot back at you.
Hey, that's a good reason to shoot zombies.
And then, then it all went from there. And then now I'm highly addicted to it and wouldn't ever stop playing. So
fair dues.
That's awesome.
Yes.
That's awesome.
But yeah, I mean, it is without doubt, for me personally, I'm just excited, and I'll just give me the money, just show me the money, take the money, and I'll just buy it straight away. And
I'll just buy it. I don't care how much it is. I am pre-ordering that shit. It's gonna be at the store for me. I'm gonna go get it as soon as it comes out. I'm gonna be there for the release party.
You know me too well, Trans. You know me too well.
I do know you too well, Mel.
Yeah. But can you imagine? And this was rumors. I don't know if this was 100% true. But can you imagine the hype it would be if you had a massive map of all three of the games, plus, and I'll say it again, plus the GTA 5 map at the same time? Can you imagine that? Can you imagine?
Mind blown.
Can you imagine
that? Insane.
That would be a terabyte storage.
I was going to say, that's going to take up every bit of space.
Yes. Oh my God.
Can you imagine that? I would like to hear from you, from your chat as well, because I imagine that the hype. If it does,
would be insane. That would be crazy. That would be weird. It'd be weird and cool and awesome at the same time, but also ridiculously heavy on storage.
It would definitely. But at the same time, it's just can you imagine if you just did all the missions in one area, and then you have a plane mission to get from Vice City to San Andreas or GTA 5 or
Luke, Luke says, so Miami, LA, and whatever city GTA 3 was. Yes, pretty much. It would be like all connected, which is like, that's going to be like hella hard on the system if that's the case.
It will.
And it's a rumor. I mean, it would be really cool though, because you could just bounce between storylines how you wanted to.
But again, that's just from what I've seen, like throughout the years, and then people were like suggesting, "Oh, can you imagine if you had like this map and this map together?" And someone drew out. I don't know. Again, don't say this is 100% true. This is just from what I've seen. This
is all speculation.
But I'm not sure if it is true from their side. But imagine the hype it would be if we had all three together in one, as one map, and you go from one area to another. And if you, can you imagine from this? Imagine the three maps in this game. Imagine the trilogy, and you only unlock that map if you've done all the missions from that.
Yeah, you can move to the next one.
Yeah.
Luke says, I bet it would be totally doable. RDR2 includes the old area and the new area, which is twice the size of the RD1 part. But it is logical, probably. But is it logical? Probably not. Probably not. But if you fly from place to place, that would just be a way to kind of connect all of the different locations.
Not if you can't fly their stupid planes.
I mean, like if you have, like I say, hop a flight to San Andreas or hop a flight to Vice City. Like if there was like a prompt for you to get on there, stand on a marker.
That would be good.
Yeah, and that would be like a loading screen option. It would be a really good transition option. That's a good possibility for transition. That's a great time for them to reload the map, load everything up, and then have you see scenes for the next game or whatever. And then while you're waiting for it to load up, it's like you're flying in to the next city.
And can you imagine you're at the airport, three lanes, Liberty City, Vice City.
Yes.
And then we've got San Andreas as well. That way you could get like a prologue build up.
Yeah.
Why didn't they hire us to do all this?
Why didn't they, Malk? We're big now. We're on Spotify.
And we're going places.
Because it would cost them a lot of headaches.
That's true.
Trying to imagine how to put all of that together, like their brains would fry.
Like scrambled eggs, we should say.
Yeah. Although it does sound really good, as long as you had the option of an airport, obviously, because I can't fly planes and they're a very tricky subject.
I can't either. I'm horrible at it. Luke goes, just fast travel if you can't fly, shaking my head. Like how you're all just mentioning features, and Dylan goes, like how you all just mentioning features that are already built into RDR2. But we're just saying, like if they did the trilogy like that, that would be really cool. And Luke goes, LMAO FR for real. So, but it would just be, it's a cool concept for that particular trilogy to connect it all together, put it all on one disk space and still connect it all together. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Disk space. Oh my God, what are we in 2000? Digital space.
Vice City. We're going from the 80s to 2000 into San Andreas, and then we're going back in time to 1980.
I said disk space. I'm like, where are we in the 2000s?
Oh yeah. Sorry, I thought he was on about time travel. Imagine.
No, I was talking about saying the word disk space.
There you go. There's my hearing gone. Old age kicking in. It's just pretty much like because Vice City was based on the 80s. Was Liberty City on the 90s?
I think so.
And then San Andreas was in 2000s, yeah. So
it was either late 90s, 2000s, somewhere in that area.
So basically, you actually are time traveling, hopping over from one area to another because you're getting the classic cars, which they cannot be asked to get from one island to another as well. So they'll be stuck in that era. And then
they would be, and that's fine. You know, if you bounce to your game and you're going to your San Andreas game from your Liberty City game, you take the flight to San Andreas, takes you there. Apparently, you travel forward in time. So, I mean, hey, go figure. Go Rockstar. Make it happen. The cars that are available in that time frame would not be the same cars that would be available in the 80s. So, I mean, it would be fine if your cars are stuck there as long as your save game is still saved. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Again, I'm not commenting anything about save games in case it corrupts afterwards, to be fair. But yeah, I hope it doesn't anyway. So, we're hitting another 20 minutes of the mark again, so we do apologize.
Okay. We've only got 2 more short ones. I mean, you want me to pick up and help you finish this out real quick, Malk? I can.
You can do this. I know you love the next one. So I'll let you do that one, but I'll talk about the last one. Is that okay?
Okay.
Come on.
All right. Good. So number three, Lightyear Frontier looks like Stardew Valley with a dash of No Man's Sky. This comes from PC Games, and this is a new game coming out. This game is called Lightyear Frontier, like I said, and it features mech suits on an alien planet, which you must use to tame the wilderness. In this game, you'll be able to build a farm, cultivate crops, protect your farm from weather effects and wild animals, which apparently are herbivores. They probably ain't going to eat you. They just might eat your food. You'll be able to harvest resources to upgrade your mech for further exploration. Alien ruins, an ancient mystery, or eon. I think the article said eons old mystery. So ancient mystery will be incorporated this for a storyline effect, which you can follow along in up to 4-person co-op, just like in Stardew, which is amazing. Trailer is available for viewing now. You can check that out, probably on the YouTubes, most likely. And there is no release yet, but there will be a debut in early access. So if you want to get in on checking this game out, definitely check out, look for Lightyear Frontier and get in on the early access if you want to check that out. And it may even have a Steam page already. I don't know. But this is another one of those wonderful, sim games that are coming out that are very similar to Stardew, which are pretty much at a major high point right now. And, but, with a little bit of No Man's Sky thrown into it, some people liked No Man's Sky, some people didn't. Some people were disappointed because of the release, but they liked what they did with it later. So this is kind of a cool thing. I think it sounds like fun. It's like space exploration, which is all up my alley. I'm not going to lie. I love space exploration games. No lie, seriously. I was a Spore fanatic. I wanted to go from itty bitty, protozoan all the way to a multi-cell creature with a high intellect that could travel to planets. That was my thing. So I like these type of games as well. So in my chat, I've got Luke saying Space Farmers, hell yeah, brother. Bella goes Space Wild West, hell yeah, brother. And Shanny gives me all the love to you, Shanny. Thank you so much. Space Dead Redemption is what Luke said with the hype.
Oh my God, yes.
Yes.
Put it on now.
Yes.
Yeah. Actually, I tell you what, didn't Red Dead do... Sorry, I didn't want to spoil the Stardew Valley Thunder or anything like that. I'm so sorry. Trans, don't kill me. I was going to say, Red Dead did do like a zombie game as well, if I remembered it right. It's like an add-on. So basically, they had the original game, and then they did like the Undead Night. I think it was the Undead Nightmare or somewhere in those lines. I can't remember the exact title, but it was pretty much it was like a zombie massacre type stuff. But in the Wild West, imagine spaced. Imagine like the spaced version of Red Dead, but in zombie mode, like Alien.
That'd be cool. That'd be really alien zombies. What? And then they mutate, and you got to figure out how to kill them. Oh my God! This just happened. Sorry.
We do apologize for any technical difficulties, guys. We will get back to you shortly with the hype kicking in later.
Luke goes Undead Nightmare. He goes, they better do an Undead Nightmare 2. So yes. Jess, I know that simulators aren't your thing, but how do you feel? Does this sound like a little casual game that could be fun a little bit, or is this anything that might be interested to you at all?
If it's got zombies in, then yeah.
It should have zombies, but I don't think it does right now.
Then no.
Everything's better with zombies. Everything is better with zombies.
Everything. I think, to be honest, I just don't like the simulator games like Sims and things like that because, I don't know, I just get really bored easy. I just want to shoot people and, have games. So there's, a task. And then when you don't win, you just restart. And it's just kind of like that. And, I don't know.
Well, that's one of the things. Go ahead.
I've never even played Sims, mind. It's not... I don't know, it's just not something something I've ever been into. I get too bored easily.
Mm-hmm.
I
mean, that's one reason why I like Stardew, because there's so much to do in Stardew. Like, I mean, you can go into the mines and kill creatures and get more better upgrades with your equipment and stuff. Or you can go fishing and gather fish. There's quests you have to do. There's people that you have to get to know. You can have a relationship. You can have a marriage. You can even have a kid if the RNG lets you. Because it's a luck of the numbers thing. And but I like Stardew like that. But daily day, you do have your daily farming, water your crops, take care of your plants, take care of your animals, all that stuff, take care of all the creatures, and then go do what you want to do. And you have the 2-year. It's a kind of a time limit anyway. You have a 2-year window. I don't know. The article didn't give me much on it since it's so new. Yeah, and it's fun with people. It's fun with other people. You can have so much fun playing with other people.
If you can play with other people, then yeah, that's great.
Mm-hmm. It's definitely co-op. I don't know if Lightyear Frontier will feature some of the other stuff. I don't think they're going to want to completely rip off Stardew, because Stardew is our Stardew, and I don't think anything will ever be Stardew ever again. But but Lightyear, it's more modern looking as opposed to the 8-bit look which Stardew has.
Yeah.
From what I saw on the pictures, but I don't think that they would do like a full copy of it. I just think they might have things that might be similar, so you don't get bored, so you're not just farming, so you're not just doing this, that, and the same thing over and over again. You got other things to do, which is why I like that they're throwing in things like, a mystery you gotta look into, or alien ruins you can go check out. I like that they're doing that as well.
See, that doesn't sound too bad really then. Cool. I'd be more inclined to try it out then.
Yeah. I got some notes over here. Luke says Dead Space Farming Simulator. Hell yeah, brother. Manifesting destiny on other planets. Us now, that's true freedom, brother, says Bella. Bella says Sims multiplayer. And Luke goes, that's a scary thought.
Oh my god.
You can kill each other on Sims multiplayer.
No,
you're not eating today. You're gonna starve. You're locked in this room.
That's a bit harsh, isn't it? Toad!
Okay. I'm not gonna lie, okay? People do that shit. They do that shit. They will kill their Sims off just for fun.
Absolutely mad seeds, to be fair. But I am dreading if they ever did a Sims multiplayer as well.
Oh my god.
Sims multiplayer is the thing. Guys, if you watch this podcast and wondering what the hell's going on, we are suggesting some new ideas for new games. Please reference
Hit
to us.
Hit us up, game devs. Hit us up. You can reach us at any of our socials, and you can reach us in this podcast.
Thanks, Trads. Thanks.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I had to.
You had to. You had to.
It was too perfect. Jess, that was too perfect. Come on.
Yes, that definitely was.
It was a perfect moment.
I'm with Trans
it was
on this one. Sorry, Malk.
Sorry, Malk, you're outnumbered. That's my karaoke buddy right there. You can't. You're outnumbered, man.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah.
Karaoke is a bond stronger than friendship.
Yes.
That, again, we'll come back to later on in the podcast itself. Why we call Jess Ramsey and the karaoke girl as well, with Trans Gamer Girl on GTA Racing as well. So,
Quick thing, Bella says, I once built a pool and a wall surrounding it and locked the door on my Sims and let them drown.
Wow.
That's what Bella said. That's what Bella said.
Well, that escalated quickly, to be fair.
I told you, people play Sims sometimes just to kill their Sims. They really do. They want to see what kind of weird things they can do to kill off their Sims. I don't know why.
I think
maybe they're just sadistic. I don't know.
This was the thing that we was going to talk about last week. That streamer, the one that did that weird Simlish, whatever it is. What's the word?
Simlish ASMR.
Simlish. See, I did say part of it. Simlish right. ASMR. That you couldn't understand what they're saying, and you're saying they're probably swearing at us, knowing our look. Probably how they try and do it.
EA has made their Sims too smart.
Yeah. No.
You gotta make it actually sound like it's actually Simlish. Okay.
Go on then, Trance. You do.
I had it last week. last week.
No, you do it now for the new viewers. If people watching
I'm trying to think of one of the Sim words, like dobe, or dobe, or I try to remember. I know Sim words, like I in the words like I recognize the sounds. Chibi-wabanu is one of them. Chibi-wabanu. It is. I'm serious. You'll hear them.
Sounds very made up.
It's actually okay. That's what I was talking about last week. Simlish is a combination of like 20 different languages. So you'll hear aspects from different languages.
I struggle with one language. Never mind parts of 20.
It's a mashup. It's just random syllables from different languages. Luke goes, Malk sound like the guy from Plants vs. Zombies. And Bella goes, LMAO for real.
I've never played the game, but I've seen it.
I saw that comment. Be nice. I know you're working right now.
Toads said, except Trance's singing sounds like an injured coyote. Uh-oh. No.
I think Hiki needs to go in the bin.
Uh-oh. I feel bad for Toad.
Luke goes, when the Sims say moose, I felt that.
Moose?
Moose.
Oh my god.
Okay, we're getting off track again. We have one more article to cover, guys. One more.
And we nearly hit the hour mark. Nearly.
Already. It's okay. The rest of it should go faster, hopefully. We'll see.
We'll find out later on in the stream itself. So, funny enough, the last article that we are going to be talking about, ironically, which we mentioned about a couple of times, is one of these famous streamers, the hot tub streamer of the top Twitch streamer of Amaranth. Says investigators strongly suspect fire at a house was arson. So, and this was the article came from the PC Gamer. So, if people do not know what's happened, this week, the hot tub streamer of Amaranth has had a house being burnt up. Or
there was a fire. It was outside. But it was next to her house. Yeah, right there next to her house.
Oh, okay.
It could have set her house on fire. That's how close it was.
Yeah. So last weekend a fire erupted outside her house. I do apologise. I thought it was the home that she that her fire built up as well. Because that's what I saw from reading the other articles. But
you did? Oh, you might have seen something different than I did. This is what I got. It's probably more updated now, but this is a little older.
I think this might be the correct one from my liking, but the way it interpreted for me, I do apologise to the guys because I'm crap with interpretations and always has been. But I tried from reading it. Basically, it's saying, "Oh, this is the house that was burned." They're like, burnt up and stuff. And to be honest, she said she let fans know in a tweet that she and her pets were not harmed. Possible a swatting attack. That's what it says. People maliciously report a crime in progress at someone else's residence in the hope of triggering a major police response, which can be extremely dangerous.
That's for anybody who doesn't know what swatting is. I'm pretty sure all of us know what swatting is, but if you do not and you're listening to this now, that is what swatting is, just for the record.
Could you repeat that? Could I repeat that again? Just for the once again as well.
Just for the record. I can repeat it.
It's not
swatting, good. Yeah, swatting. That's what swatting is.
I just want to hear Trance's response.
Okay, I'll do it.
Oh, no.
Okay, so they suspect this is a possible swatting attack. And for those who do not know, most of us should know, but those who do not, and I understand if you don't, swatting is when people maliciously report a crime in progress at someone else's residence in hope of triggering a major police response. And this action can be extremely dangerous. There have been people who have died from it, bystanders who have died from it because police swarmed a house, and one guy died with a heart attack because police swarmed his house. But yeah, it's a very dangerous practice. But if you don't know what swatting is, that is what it is. Now you can continue, Malk.
Thanks. Yeah, I've lost my voice now. Basically, investigators strongly suspect the attack was arson as well. So, in quotes from the quote of the article, it says, "This is not the first time something like this has happened." As Siragusa tweeted.
That's Amaranth.
Amaranth. Oh, okay, sorry. In 2020, someone tried to shoot fireworks at, in caps, at my house under the Greece, guys of of July the 4th festivities. Said person was intercepted before he could actually do the act, caught red-handed though, and arrested. Now, if I was a top streamer, we would love to be one of the top streamers in the future, especially. Okay, sorry. I'm just saying. So basically, the top streamer. Oh, okay. Yeah!
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Now, you always say it's either yes or hell yes. And in this case, it's a hell yeah.
You stole my quote.
You stole my hearts.
Oh, look at this. Look at the heart.
Oh! No. Sorry, Jess. This has been an ongoing thing for weeks.
Jess is thinking, what the
She's just like, these two crazy MFers are my friends? What?
Well, Jess already knows I'm crazy anyway. So basically.
I'm actually just listening to the story that Malk's on about, because I've not heard of any of this. So I'm actually just intrigued now.
Yeah. So, I mean, I've nearly lost what I was about to say. Pretty much. So basically, like I always say, yes or hell yes moments on that.
Yeah.
But I did the heart thing. I did a heart thing by accident on one couple of streams, and Trans spotted me, and she got fuming at me. And that's why I said, "Oh, you stole my heart! How could you?" No. But going back to this, if I was a top streamer, I wouldn't, and we all would love to be the top streamers as well in the near future, but it's not a nice thing to do, especially when you're near someone else, near someone's house. To be fair, that's going to have the swatting, shall we say? But it would shock me, to be fair, if it did happen to my house or to any of the streamers' house, because unless they've done something dodgy, in quotes, dodgy or ridiculously stupid, it's either yes or hell yes dodgy moments, shall we say, that happens as well. But
the problem is with getting like as a streamer or like a TikTok star, whatever they're called, influencer. The problem is your address always ends up getting leaked, and it does put you in danger. So sometimes I think it's not even worth being that well known, because it's more danger than it's worth.
It's like celebrities, right? I mean, Twitch, high-profile Twitch streamers and high-profile influencers are effectively celebrities. And celebrities constantly have to deal with paparazzi, with tabloids, with all the stuff that they have to deal with, people leaking information, dangerous situations constantly, because they could be in danger at any moment by an angry fan or an obsessive fan or whatever. So, I mean, and on that note, I understand what you're saying, Malk. As much as it's awesome to be a high-profile person in streaming or influencing, it is a very dangerous thing, because people will find out your information, they will leak it, they will share it, and somebody who just had an issue with you were rude to them in a stream, or you ignored their messages or something, they can and will retaliate, knowing who you are and where you are. That's why I like the guise of anonymity. I never say my real name on stream ever, and so I go by Trance when I'm streaming always. Malk, I only call you Malk because I've known you as Malk for how long?
Decades. Trance.
It feels like it, and we know PurpleBot is Jess. But that's just because between us we call each other that. So it is what it is. I mean, but personally, I do my best to try and keep my first name, or even any kind of variation of my first name, off of my streams, because if something was to happen and I was to become a bigger streamer and, you know, blow up or whatever, you know, sometime, and it'll take a while to get to that point, don't get me wrong. But if it was to ever happen and someone had my information, I would be susceptible to an attack as well. And I really would not be happy about that. Not at all. Do you notes in my chat real quick before we get going? Luke was talking about Amaranth when we got into the conversation, and Bella goes, yes. Luke goes, got a ballot on Insta with her PFP sending me a follow request. So, okay.
Mad too. And the last bit of that article, the last bit of that mention of the story itself, she says she's working with her local law enforcement and says she has a good relationship with them since she deals with these activities regularly, and recommends the same for other streamers. So I do agree. As I said, we all would love to be at the top one day. We would love to be at the top and enjoy the fame. But then again, I do agree with you got the pros, and then you also got the downside of the cons. And it's at a cost. Like for us now, like for me in trans, like showing our cameras on screen, like that's not saying it's a danger, but they could find out anything.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that I'm not saying it could happen, but it, you know, in this stone age world of the technology world that we have got, it can be a scary thing. And don't get me wrong, it's just I'm sure the guys from your chat as well as mine would agree. You don't want it to be right at the top, but you just want to be as close to the top as you can be before you stop. That's it, pretty much.
Because with more fame and more people who follow you come more problems. And so it's trade-off, really. I mean, the bigger you get, the more problems you're going to have. Because, like I said, all it takes is one person to get upset because you banned them or you said something to them that they didn't like or you ignored them or whatever, to completely just, you know, go hard on you and, like, put you in a very dangerous situation. So...
Absolutely. And that's what we try our best as streamers.
Oh, Wasted. Thank you so much for offering me to be famous, but I am going to have to decline that offer and give you a ban, my friend. There we go.
There was trans saying I wanted to become famous and told that guy to be rejected at the same time. So, pretty much. So, I do agree. I think everyone needs to understand...
Coincidence?
Coincidence, yeah. You nearly lost your words there, Trans, with that.
Sorry, I tried to talk when I was taking a vape hit. It does not work. It doesn't work.
Fair play. Can you imagine if you did like a burp and still talk at the side?
Hey, that. That's a skill.
if it is a skill, would I get 1,000 bits for that, to be fair, if I did it as well?
You think you could do it? We'll see. We'll see. I might do an Ask Me Anything and make it do it that way.
That'll be on the last.
That'll be later.
That'll be the last podcast. Imagine the last street. Oh, I thought that was a burp then. In the background. I heard a bang then. But yeah, it was just mad scene. So that, I believe, is all the news articles after an hour and 5 or an hour and 3 minutes of the stream.
Guys, I added a 4th article because the news articles were short, and then we got on a nice discussion about it, and we went an hour anyway, which is okay. I'm perfectly okay with it. But, you know, I'm just saying.
For now. So, this should, let's say, we've got a different article, but normally we would build it up to the main discussion topic. So this is, I believe, the main segment 2. After an hour and 6 minutes of the stream, this is the main discussion topic. So, basically, for the 21st of August 2021, a article says a huge FPS documentary is in the works, featuring key figures from the genre's history. And that's an article that's come from PC Gamer. So, when we say the articles, please check it out on the site, because that's where we get our original information. Yes, we do say rumours, but that's just from what we've seen from different outsources and everything like that. So we have to say that before anyone thinks, oh my God, they said this on stream. Is this true? And like, no, Which is a Bish podcast.
So on this, before we get started too much into go into discussion about this, so for the record, guys, I had this up for a couple of weeks. So it's actually an older article. It's almost 3 weeks old, but it's a first-person shooter documentary. And you can actually watch this trailer on YouTube. It's a teaser trailer to give you an idea of what to expect in this. So if you guys want to do that, I don't even know how long this trailer is, but I actually was going to put this as a watch later, actually. So I'm going to watch that at some point and verify. But the information that we have from the article, and I'm going to go into, I know you're getting ready to go into the discussion part. I'll let you lead the discussion, but I'm going to go into the article itself a little bit just so we can get a little background on this, okay? If that's cool.
I tell you what, because I'm just trying to get my passion of the hearts back, so I'll let you carry on with that.
All right, okay. So an independent production company called Creator VC has raised funds for what they call the definitive FPS documentary, called FPS First Person Shooter. They want to celebrate the FPS genre. They want to, they said it should be about 3 hours long when it's finished. And it talks about the genre from the 70s until now. The company gathered a large cast of veterans, including, I'm going to list some of these names. And for those of you who are into the FPS history, you'll know these people. John Romero and Tom Hall, co-founders of Doom and Wolfenstein, DevID Software, and Deus Ex Studio Ion Storm. I love Deus Ex. That was a pretty awesome game, by the way. Warren Spector, who was a producer for System Shock and Deus Ex. Marcus Leto, Halo co-creator. Randy Pitchford, Gearbox Software co-creator, and a whole bunch more. Now, there is a slight disclaimer from PC Gamer saying that their editor-in-chief, Evan Lottie, is also set to be interviewed for this documentary. So if you want to get his input on that as well, he will have his information on there too. And they're just talking about how they feel about this. They feel like this is going to bring together a lot of the legends who helped this genre and helped it grow, and highlights the legacy of significant FPS titles. And it's covering like 48 years. So it's really cool. The Kickstarter, they did it through Kickstarter. They did the fundraising came from Kickstarter. I think of my words for a second, guys. Even Trance trips over her words sometimes. See, but there's also a breakdown of the topics that will be discovered. We are planning on being covered in this documentary. So
that's fine. That's absolutely fine. Don't worry. We'll let you off just this once, Trance. The words missed off as well. So we'll let you off just this one. So, personally, I mean, how do we feel this will go over? And from your, actually, well, I don't know if Jess, I don't know if you've heard about this article or seen the trailer at all, but what's your thoughts about seeing this documentary about the first-person shooter? Because I know you're a massive COD fan, which I've mentioned earlier on, and I will say it again, you are a massive COD fan. So what's your thoughts of this documentary coming in as well?
I haven't seen it. I haven't seen the trailer or anything.
Okay.
But I think it will be really interesting.
Okay.
To come from like a perspective of people that's actually been in the situations that we, for some reason, like to role play. It would be good to get their perspective on it, because we're basically doing what they actually did. And it's like, I don't know, it's really weird to explain, because it'd be good to hear from them how they think also the games have what's that word I'm looking for?
Evolved?
Grown?
No, how they represented things.
And, okay.
Like to see how, I don't know, to see if they've made things look legit and real, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And to see if they have done like justice to it almost. Like we said about COD going back to World War II and things, it would be nice to hear their perspective on how they're doing it and adapting it and changing it and things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Absolutely.
I think as big as FPS has been in such a long time of the genre, I mean, back in the day you had your regular FPS, and these people they're interviewing are actually are veterans in creation of these games. So they're going to be talking about how they did things, what the changes have been, the technology changes, how time has evolved the technology, how they've adapted to the technology changes. And they're going to be talking about things that they've done to make the genre grow stronger each and every year following. So I think people will be really into it, especially people who are heavy into FPS. They'll be like, oh, this is a really cool, it's almost like a behind the scenes thing. You can see what the devs say about their games. And I think that that's going to be very intriguing to a lot of viewers, in my opinion.
I do agree. I think it will bring some of the guys who have been doing a lot of the FPS in their time, like the COD, Battlefield, any type. And it would be good to see how it changes from as Jess said perfectly, like from their perspective, and we're doing the role play scenario, which is a good way of saying, look, we'll play it back, we won't get hits, but you guys got there in the front line. We've just one life left. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's like a search and destroy moment for them as well, like in the COD series, but it's more about for them. I would like to watch it to see how this got involved and how it's got development, like how it progressed and how it all began and stuff.
And even as a not a very big FPS player, I still find this very interesting because, and I think I mentioned this in one of our episodes. We were talking about something totally different. And I was talking about how in my hi Josh, Bish Bash Josh, what's up, buddy? I was saying how I was a film student, and in our film class, my intro to film class, we would watch behind the scenes stuff about how things went behind the scenes creating the movie, how the troubles they came across, what kind of obstacles they had to overcome making the movie. And you would hear from the actors, you'd hear from the production crew, and for me that was very interesting because and I'll use this analogy again. When you're watching a movie, okay, all you see is the final project. You don't see everything that went into that final project. You don't see the set problems that came up. You don't see the budget problems, the things they had to cut because they didn't have a budget big enough for it. They tried to go for it and they were too ambitious. You don't see how the actors reacted to their characters. You don't see how the people who wrote the story to make it into a movie felt about how the movie came across. All you see is that final project, and you draw your own conclusion from the final project. As gamers, all we see is the final project. That's it.
Yes.
We don't see any of the stuff behind the scenes. And to have something like this, where a genre as big as FPS is, okay, it's getting a effectively behind the scenes look of the genre over 48 years, to me is very, very interesting. I think that it's going to be great for those people, especially that like to know the technical details of the games, like to hear all that stuff. They're the tech people. They're going to be really, really big into the tech people. And the people who are playing the games and who have questions about the mechanics and who have questions about how things have changed over a certain series or whatever, they're going to be very interested in hearing from these legendary developers who have made these games that we have loved and fell in love with over so many years. So I feel, for me, I think it's going to be awesome. And I think that people like myself who like to know the behind the scenes, I have always been the kid that likes to know the how. For example, okay, let me give you a good example. In college, I took statistics, okay? I hated it. I hated statistics. And the reason why I hated statistics is because there's a lot of stuff that you just have to accept in statistics. Like there's symbols that you have to use in formulas that all you say, okay, this stands for this. That's it. They don't tell you how you got that. But in geometry, in geometry too, but in algebra, I love algebra because I can see where everything comes from. Why does X equal this? Well, X equals this because of blah, blah, blah. So for me, I'm a very behind the scenes person. I like to see where things come from. That's just my thing. I've always been that way. And so for me, this is going to be an excellent thing. And I want to hear you guys too. I know I'm taking up a lot of space in this discussion, but I have a lot on this. I have a lot to say about this. So as a newly reformed FPS player, I have a lot to say on this. Hi, Josh.
Hi, Josh. How you doing? It's just how are you doing anyway?
Pikachu.
Josh says, I feel like I've missed an important part. You've missed the whole podcast so far, mate.
No, he hasn't. He just missed the news and he just got into the discussion. That's all.
I know, but he has missed.
Why don't be mean?
I would never be mean to anyone.
Or a negative Nelly.
Yes, I know, right? Mal, quit being a negative Nelly.
What, double N? There we go. I even studying for. Okay, no worries, Josh. Hope everything's okay.
Good job, Josh. Nice. No, we just started talking about the discussion, and we're talking about an FPS documentary that got funded on Kickstarter, and we're just getting into it now. So you can give us your input on it. We're talking about how there's going to be legends in the developing scene from 48 years of FPS that are going to be talking on this thing about technology advancements, all that stuff, game advancements, how the things have changed over the genre, how they feel about the genre, and all that stuff. So you can give us your input on it at any time, Josh. Luke goes, algebra. I love algebra, Luke. I absolutely love, literally, I like doing equations for fun, man. I love doing equations for fun.
But not statistics.
Hate statistics. Hate it.
So, but even though it's the same,
it's not. It is not the same. It is not the same. Statistics. Okay, so in algebra, everything has a source. Something equals something for a reason.
Correct.
In statistics, there are there's an omega in statistics, and it stands for some weird number. And there is no way of knowing why omega stands for this weird number. You just have to accept that it stands for this number. That's it.
I thought you, when you say omega, I thought you were on about Doctor Who and talking about the omega type
No,
stuff.
I'm talking about the omega sign.
No, I know. I was trying to see a reaction on stream. That's funny as well. No.
So, Jess, I know I've taken up a lot. Go ahead and tell me what you think about it, Jess. I mean, I know you gave us some of your opinions, but I mean, how do you feel about this? Do you something that you like? You're interested in? Is it something that sounds cool to you since you've played FPS for so long? Is it something that you're kind of looking forward to checking out?
Yeah, definitely. I'm the same as you. I like to know how things work. Not too keen on the algebra bit, but I do like it though. I like a nice challenge, but I think school I think it just now gives me nightmares. I have PTSD of algebra. But no, I think I'm definitely one of those people that like to know how things work. So like if I'm up at stupid o'clock in the morning, I'll watch the program literally called How Does It Work? Or How Is It Made? And things like that. I'm such a weird person. But it's just I think it is going to be really interesting to see it from a different perspective rather than us just playing the game. It'll be good to see it from someone's perspective that has lived it and then seen the games that portray it as well. And it would just be good to just to see both perspectives of it.
Yeah.
Mal, go ahead and put your 5 cents or whatever in it.
2 pence.
Your 2 pence. Your 2 pence. I forget I'm here with people from the UK. I have to translate that.
It's all right. We'll let you off just as once, Trans. Again.
5 cents was a bit expensive anyway.
Yeah, it is expensive. It's just a tad.
For Mal's opinion, anyway.
Yeah. Oh, thanks, Jess.
Jess. I love you so much.
I've been good until now.
She's been pretty good. She's been good, yeah.
I, fair play to Jess for that. And then up to now, I've done nothing wrong, and yet whip on there. So yeah, it was all about the FPS documentary. So my opinion would be it's a good concept. We all like to know how it all made or how it all began, and how it all brought up to all this. It's like, does this all lead up to for us make ourselves be defensive as well in our lives? Like make quick decisions or make strategic decisions on how to play, like how to do the FPS in a certain way, like for the first person shooter, like how do you feel if you're in that person's shoes in war, or in or another country where you're battling out for war, in a sense. And I mean, don't get me wrong. Another question I'd point out would be: does this seem like something we can get behind? I do believe so. I think we all love documentaries as long as everyone stays in one position to watch the whole documentary itself.
That's true. And 3 hours is a long documentary.
It is, but
just saying.
It is, but it's just common sense. It's just a one-off. Yeah. It's like a one-off movie, isn't it? And you just like want to know how it all began. And personally, I think it's good because we're all wondering why they decided to bring this to life. It's just going to impact our personal life to make it us much better and try and defend for ourselves. Do you know what I mean? That's how I see it. Sometimes I don't know.
Well, that's how I mean, see it. My thing is like, I mean. One of the things I'm kind of hoping that they touch on in the documentary is how the developers of the games and the people who have been in league with creating these games feel about how their game has been played, how the changes have made for different types of play styles. So I'm kind of interested in that because, I mean, when they create the game, they have a certain mindset of how they want it played, right? They like, okay, we think that this should be played like this, you know. When they make this thing, this project that they do, they're like, okay, we think this will be a really cool concept, you know, we think that the people will like this. And I also kind of want to hear them talk about things that the fans didn't like and why they think that the fans didn't like it, even though they thought it'd be a cool concept. So I really think that for me, hearing the devs talk about it and, you know, maybe speculate on how the game's, you know, fame has gone up or how these games, for Doom, it's like a classic now. It's a classic game. Anybody who's ever played any FPS knows Doom, because that was one of the craziest titles of its day. And so I would love to hear, you know, I would love to hear the devs talk about, you know, how they felt about, and the software developers talk about how they feel about why they thought certain aspects would be good, how they thought that it would go over compared to how it did go over, and what their speculations on as to why it didn't go over maybe as they wanted it to go over. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do agree. I mean, Doom. Yep. How can you not forget Doom at all? Doom. If you don't know Doom, get out. Get out. Now.
Don't say that.
But it's true though, because Doom is a classic, as you said twice. I have to say a third time.
It's a classic.
Classic. It's a classic as well.
Classic a million times over. It's
but a lot of younger people won't have played it.
Well, they've kind of played the remake.
Yeah,
which is not the same.
No. Yeah, but it's still a classic. To be fair, and it's brought out all the unbelievable first-person shooters to say, "Oh." And you bring like all the other concepts like Quake as well.
Yeah.
And you got like there's so many others that you could talk about, like the first person shooters of different aspects of different
games. Not play Deus Ex.
Okay.
I did not play it, but I did watch it being played. Like a guy I was with at the time played it, and I fell in love with it so much. Like the storyline is amazing. And people are so big into cyberpunk, right?
Yeah.
Well, Deus Ex was kind of was cyberpunk-esque as well. But it was a really, really good game with a good storyline. And the mechanics that I saw seemed like they were pretty smooth at the time.
Yeah.
It's been a while since it's been out, but at the time I think it was really cutting edge for what it was. You know?
Yeah.
And the technology that they incorporated into the storyline was pretty awesome as well. And it was a really great game. I highly recommend, for anybody who's never played Deus Ex, I highly recommend you play that one. I think the one I saw was Deus Ex 2. And it was good. And you could really relate to some of the characters and the way things were going in the characters. But I mean, I'm also a storyline girl. I've said this in multiple shows. I'm a storyline girl. If a game has a good story, if it has a good concept, if it has a really cool thing that I like, then I'm going to be drawn to that game, at least watching it, if not playing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do agree, to be fair. And it's just brought out the best concepts, and I would love to see how it would affect in the past, and how it's brought the new games. coming up. Is that going to impact different lives and different... I keep saying different lives, different aspects, because it is. Everyone changes from based on like the technology these days now. Like
and players have changed. The way people play has changed. So that's a big thing too. So how is that going to change? You know, in the future. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's instead of using those back in the day, it's called sprites, where it's like the characters, like Stardew Valley. They used to see like the 2D
sprites,
sprites, and they're like the runnable, like what do you call it? Like you got like an image, and you could just like do like a scrollable someone running.
Like it's like an 8-bit. It's like an 8-bit.
Yeah, 8-bit.
More often than not, 8-bit is sprite.
Yeah, but
more
it's
often
class.
Than not.
It is class.
But it's classic, yeah.
But then people might think, oh, I wonder if they can go forward or back, like as in go actually forward and back. But no, tough. I'm 8-bit. You either go left or right. So
I like how you gave a personality to the little 8-bit sprite.
Yeah, just a tad. To be fair,
I want to go side to side, but I can't because I'm an 8-bit sprite.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Sounds like something off Wreck-It Ralph.
Yes.
Maybe a little character.
It goes back to me talking about the little packets of pixels in GTA 5 too.
Yeah.
They're not real people. They don't have emotions.
Oh my god. We'll go through that in the Ask Us Anything after to find out why I said that as well. They're people. They're
not people. They're packets of pixels.
I know.
Jess, were you there for that?
No, I wasn't. I missed that.
Sorry.
Oh, you broke him out.
I think he is. Shani was there for that. You remember that, Shani? I think it was me, Shani, Malk, and Hiki. We were playing races, and we kept running over the people in GTA 5. And they're like, don't hit the people. And I'm like, they're not people. They're just packets of pixels. They are not real. Yes, they are. No, they're not.
They are
They
real.
have no emotions.
They have. They punch us to try and get back to their cars. Sometimes. To be fair.
That's what we're talking about, Jess. Shani remembers most likely.
But yeah, it's
they're fake people.
That they're real people. Anyway,
they're not.
End of close. No, they're not. They are real people. End of close. So basically, the huge FPS documentary. Do we think people will support the movie for the names or the history of the tech, which would be which would be the best interest for us? What's your thoughts in depth? Do you think for that technology and for the FPS in general for this documentary to happen?
Well, that's what I was saying. I mean, I'm into the behind-the-scenes stuff. I'd like to see about the technology that goes into it. I'd like to see how technology has changed and how the games have changed because of technology changing and because of the way people play changing. Yeah. And so that's interesting to me. So I think that is the biggest thing that I'm interested in seeing. Like, for me. That's just me.
Okay. That's fair, dudes. I mean, what's your thoughts on it, Jess? Like, as in, do you think the people will support the move, like the documentary from the movie of the names or the history of the technology itself? Do you think that will happen?
I think the geeks will.
Like,
not in a mean way, but like the people that genuinely play it because they want to play it in things. But I think people like the big streamers that just like to play the game itself, I don't think they're going to sit there for 3 hours to watch it. And I don't think that part will interest them. I think their part is just they like the game. They like when the new bits come out. They like when it's all hyped up and stuff. I don't think they're going to want to really understand the behind it and the how.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I do agree.
They might do. I could be wrong. I'm not saying that they won't and that nobody will, but I'm just saying in my opinion, I don't see the bigger streamers giving up 3 hours to sit and watch something. I think the geeks, that I am a geek myself and I would like to watch it. So I think
top notch.
Yeah, I think it just depends on the person themselves. If they can sit that long and watch a documentary, then yeah, but if not, no, I don't think it's something they do.
Fair
This
enough.
is the proud to be a geek squad right here.
I'm always proud to be a geek. I don't care.
Me too.
I'd
Oh.
rather be educated than uneducated and think
Hell
I'm
yeah. Yes, I am so with you on that. Clap, like for real, like legit, like I'm with you on that.
Hold on, round of applause.
There we go.
Call me a geek. Hey, at least I'm educated.
Yep.
Although you say, yeah, I'm educated. What about you? Can you do 2 + 2? If you say 22, feck off afterwards. To be fair,
I do. I have like verbal diarrhea, so my brother hated living with me because whenever he said something wrong, I had to correct it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I just want to punch him in the face. I can't just punch him in the face